What we gonna do right now is go back, way back. Give me your friend. Hey, hey, come on, come on, come on. Give me your friend. Hey, hey, big girls like to do the round. Fat girls like to do the round. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing. Fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Fat girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you know something. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it easy. Fat girl just shake it, don't wait. Big girl, let me see you do a thing. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it up, shake it up, back down. Top me is in the house, right now. Work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl keep down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it stuff, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake till you rip through what? On the web wet, hard part two. Looks in the house, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the rap. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like do the dance. Hey, 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 mo, hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 mo, hey. Big girls like do the dance. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, part 3. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl, know the happen, no quit. Fat girl, run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Not new, I'm look like it off the now. Fat girl, bring the crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the panties down. Fat girl, bounce hot and stop tripping. If you do, get chicken and hot bitch. With a lot right, come to the night speed. I really shit, get the dead in the world cheese. Bounce fat girl, show the boys a shot. Let me see if it's fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn nature. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are, not ever. Oh, not oh, Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass. Yo, what up, baby? Welcome to another edition of the yours truly, Uncle Luke Show. I'd like to thank you all for being here. We're going to run through this show real quick because I got a lot of places to go. Today, I am going to Pompano Chiefs Park. That's where I'm going at. I'm going out there today. Let me move this up. I'm going out there. The University of Miami Hurricanes is going to be out there. They're going to be doing a little camp for the kids. And unfortunately, I'm going out there the same day. We'll be out there the same day, which I'm going to be out there talking to some of the parents about my campaign and everything, which is a beautiful thing. I'm loving it. I'm out in the streets. I'm doing these things. Hey, look, man, it's y'all just don't know when you're out in the road campaigning, and you're talking to people and you're enjoying the moment.
you know, and you're vibing with everybody. You know, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, you get to know people, you get to talk to people, you get to communicate with them, hear their issues, and then talk about some of the things that you can do to help them in their issues. So it's a great thing, man. I'm enjoying it, and we're gonna go back out there today on the road. We're gonna knock on some doors. Hey, remember, if you want me to bring you personally a yard sign, go to my website, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. Hey, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy you all can make it. It is Thursday. I missed yesterday. Like I told y'all, I'll be missing some of these days, man. I'm going to try to pick up the days to try to keep up and catch up with you guys, because I need to let y'all know what time it is and what we're doing, how we're doing it, and when we're doing it, and where we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I know most people are like, yo, Luke, I can't wait for this election to hurry up and be over so you can get back to your regular self. But we're in doing it, you know, and we're going to be consistently being transparent to the situation at hand. But we got a real big show today. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things, man. As you look in the description, I mean, we got a lot of things to talk about. But first of all, before I start up, I want to thank everybody on YouTube. Shouts out to everybody on YouTube. Make sure y'all go to my YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That's Uncle Luke TV. Everybody on X, holla at y'all boy on X. I love y'all. What's up, the Dreamer? What's up, 954? What's up, all my Hurricane boys over there on the X? You know I love y'all. You already know it. Hey, shouts out to everybody on Facebook, all my old timers over there on Facebook, Instagram. We love y'all. You're on both of my Facebook pages. And then everybody on Twitch. We love y'all for being on Twitch. Hey, look, we're going to get into it, because I got to go on the streets and campaign. You see, I got my campaign shirt on. I'm ready to go. You know, even though I done ran out of shirts. I'm now using bigger size shirts and everything, but it's all good. But first of all, I want to address something. The other night, they had me confirmed for a debate, not a debate, but a forum the other night, and I never received any information. I met the guy at a nightclub. Chico the Virgo was having this happy hour. The guy came to me and was like, yo, Luke, I want you to come to my forum and everything like that. I was like, okay, you know, I'm always saying, okay, send me some information. I would love to come, you know, but I got to be able to put it on my calendar, because my calendar is very, very deep. You know, just think about it. I have 2 companies. I have this campaign that I'm running, and then I got my youth program that I'm running also. So send me the information. We'll put it on the calendar. My assistant actually got 3 of them. Put it on the calendar, and then we'll make sure we get there, because I look at my calendar. My calendar is like fully loaded, but I get reminders. As you all know, you got calendars the same way. And so none of that was on my calendar. All of a sudden, I started getting texts. Hey, look, where you're at? Where am I at? I'm at a fundraiser. I'm trying to raise funds. And speaking of raising funds, you guys need to send some money. Y'all ain't sending no money. Go to my website right there, down there, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com, because I am not taking any special interest group money. And when you don't take no special interest group money, then you are dependent on the $5, $10, $20, $100, $1,000, and all that stuff like that. You know, and so you guys gotta, you know, make a contribution. Not for me, you know, it's for the people. It's for me to go and buy all the things, the flyers, the posters, the yard signs, and all these things, to be able to go out there and win this election. You know, one would normally say, well, Luke, why you don't put the money in there? You got some money, put the money in there. But that's more like me buying the election. And under no circumstance do I want to be the person that buys the election. All they got to do is see me dump all kinds of money into the campaign, and you buy it. I think when people put their own money into a campaign, you know, I put $5,000, $10,000 into the campaign. It's not a problem. But when they see people dump hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars into a campaign, then those people are going to try to get that money back. They're going to try to get that money back. And so it ain't necessarily mean that they're going to be in there working for the people. They're going to be working to try and get their money back some kind of way, like insider trading or some lobbyists come to their office and they're looking at the bottom line figure. They just took out of their trust funds, or $200,000-$300,000, and they're trying to get it back. So I ain't trying to do that. I'm running a clean campaign. Look, man, if I end up with $50,000 in my account or $100,000, we're gonna try to win it with that. I refuse to buy a campaign to please individuals, please people in the media. Oh, he got this amount of money in his campaign, therefore he's no. We're gonna do this thing blood, sweat, and tears. We're gonna go knock on doors, after doors. We're gonna go to parks. We're gonna talk to people, and I'm gonna rely on my reputation, which is I have been doing all these things and some in the community versus anybody in this race. So that's where we at with that, and hopefully you guys join into the campaign. We love it, but let's get into this right here. JD Vance went on The View yesterday, and I thought the girls from The View did a horrible job. Let me just keep it a buck. And I love all of them. I love Whoopi. I love Anna. Anna's my sister. Anna Navarro is my sister. Sonny, all these people on The View, I love them all, but I think they were not prepared. When you get ready, when you book a guy like a JD Vance, then you need to be prepared. I don't think a lot of them were prepared to ask them tough questions. And when they got to ask them tough questions, they fumbled around with the question and they danced around because they were trying to be politically correct for the vice president. But this vice president and the president, they're not politically correct. You come at these motherfuckers just as hard as they come at everybody else. You see how they go after the media, you go after them, and I think they kind of danced around and it impressed him. And then he, I think I know what you're trying to say, and so I found that very interesting, when I looked at some of the things that they asked him and how he answered it. Take a look at this right here.
Yes, you have family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of Black heroes, how does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just I know Emmett Till was the kid. No, I want to know what she's.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Your actual point.
So in a lot of the museums, there's so many. Where they're taking down the actual history that happened in this country. Slavery happened. All kinds of stuff happened. And it seems that it has been very easy for this administration to remove that and also to denigrate Black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream. How do you, you know better.
So Sonny, that was actually a very helpful intervention, because I think the story you're talking about is where, allegedly the administration is holding back the appointments of people based on skin color. I've seen this story.
I'm talking about a host of things. I'm talking about Black history getting erased from public spaces. Black voter districts are being dismantled. Black leaders are being sidelined from our ranks. Where do Americans of color fit in this vision? Because it doesn't seem like we fit.
I think, Sonny, my view,
And if I may, since October of last year, there's been something like 6,668 refugees allowed into the country. All but 3 were white South Africans.
So first of all, I'm very skeptical of that number, because we have a lot of different immigration pathways in the United States of America. But let me just address Whoopi's point. Look, first of all, you asked the question, and maybe you don't believe this coming from me, but I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country, so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the legal obligations and rights to be here. But let me just give you an example of this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say that we're anti-minority or anti-Black.
No, I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine. Fair.
Don't start any stuff with me, man. Don't get me in trouble. Don't start no stuff.
They don't want me on here. I see they don't want me on here. Y'all see I had to change hats at my University of Miami hat. So you see, if you looked at the entire clip, because I looked at the actual entire clip with Whoopi was asking the question. I love Whoopi to death. I swear to God, I love Whoopi to death. But I think they missed the opportunity to get this dude and set the record straight. He's on there promoting his book. They could have clearly asked him about his comments about Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, eating dogs and cats. They didn't touch that. They didn't touch that. Whether it was, okay, we'll come on The View and do an interview and you can only ask him a certain amount of questions. I don't think that was the case. Maybe it was. They could have clearly asked him about his racist undertone, in my opinion, against Jasmine Crockett. I mean, he used some real tough language when it came to her. They could have asked him his stance on DEI. I mean, here's a guy that, swears every black person, is not qualified, in my opinion. I mean, there's a laundry list of things that if I was getting ready to interview J.D. Vance, I'd have had a long list of things. If I know I'm going to ask him a question about why is this administration so hell-bent on oppressing African Americans, I'd have had a long laundry list of things to ask J.D. Vance. But then again, hey, I love Whoopi. I love The View. I love the whole show. I mean, this J.D. Vance was the #1 person pushing this whole DEI. And DEI, it was his whole stance and all of others who are around him is DEI is a black thing. Because the damn show ain't a white thing. It ain't any other color thing. It's a black thing. It's to describe black people as individuals who are not qualified. Simple as that. But they want to say, oh, no, you got a black job because, oh, you're the only black person. And we got to give you the job because we don't meet our quota of African Americans. So only way he got the job is because of DEI. But at the end of the day, that don't apply to white folk. Don't apply to them. Because if it did apply to white folks, then Fernando Mendoza wouldn't have been the first-round draft pick or the other kid in the same draft. You could have applied DEI to them in a predominantly African-American football league. How did they get drafted over Shedeur Sanders when Shedeur Sanders' numbers were twice as better than both of them? You see, those things, so when those things occur in this administration, in this day and age, it only applies to black people because it can easily apply to white people. It can easily apply to white people. Just in sports alone, you can claim DEI all the time. Why does this white person get the opportunity? Anything that we run and anything that we operate, but it's to disenfranchise the educated African Americans, the ones who make it six figures. That's what it's all about. So I would have pushed back on him. I would have pushed back hard on him. But at the end of the day, that's the thing. That's where we're at right now today. We don't ask the tough questions. And here's another young lady from The View asking him about the Epstein files. Take a listen.
Tough.
During an appearance on The View to promote his new book, Vice President J.D. Vance defended how the Trump administration handled the release of the Epstein files.
Because I think that it's crazy that you had this guy who is clearly a sex predator who is hanging out with a lot of very wealthy and powerful people. Like, that really bothered me, and I wanted to have full transparency.
He also defended the president's past ties with Jeffrey Epstein.
One of the things you see in the Epstein emails is that Jeffrey Epstein hated Donald Trump, and that Donald Trump literally reported Jeffrey Epstein to the police. That's one of the things that came out of these files.
They were best friends for about a decade.
Co-host Sunny Hostin then pressed Vance in this exchange.
Why haven't we seen the release of over 2.5 million additional Epstein file documents?
My understanding is that a lot of those are duplicates of things that have already been released.
So
We're not holding anything back.
Again, people. Again, you got this guy on there he is part of the architect, which, I mean, JD, let's face it, JD Vance is a politician. You know, at one point he called Trump unhinged, unable to serve. In my opinion, that's what he said, unable to serve when he was not with Trump. And then he took all that back when Trump made him the vice president. But I want y'all to look at this. Everybody's hollering about impeach Donald Trump, which he deserves it. But you remember, when you impeach Donald Trump, this is what you're going to get. JD Vance. If you know anything about the Constitution, this next individual in power, JD Vance, is the vice president. So when you impeach Donald Trump, you're going to get this dude right here. And now when you get this dude right here, the guy who said Haitians are eating dogs and cats in Springfield, Ohio. Really? Is that what you want? I mean, can you get rid of both of them? Can you really get rid of, can we do that? Is there somewhere in the Constitution that we can get rid of both of them? I might have to look that up. I guess that may be a case. Is there a case that's out there pending that we were able to get rid of the vice president and the president at the same time? Because I'm pretty sure y'all can make a case for the president. Healthy, sleeping. Can't be sleeping at a job. But my point is, this guy was let off the hook. JD Vance, in my opinion. You know, it's crazy, but that's the world we live in today. That's why people tell me, oh, Luke, when you were running for Congress, I'm like, yo, I'm going to tell them like it is. I'm not saying, I don't have time to be sitting up there playing with these people. Why would I have time to sit up there and play with people? Is Donald Trump playing with people? He calling a spade, however he feels, which 99% of the things that he talks about, I do not agree with. Same thing with Vance, how they go after the media, which some of the media members, rightfully so, deserve to be going after. But at the same time, the disrespect of women and disrespect of media, because at the end of the day, it's Constitution. You disrespecting the Constitution because it is freedom of the press. But the question becomes, is the press what it is today? Is it today what it is, what it was before? Not necessarily. It's clickbait. Let's keep it a buck. Half of the TV shows that you see on TV, they are claimed to be news shows, but they're TV shows. Once they voice their opinion, they're in violation of FCC rules and regulations. Now, trust me, I know FCC rules and regulations like the back of my hand. Freedom of the press means you deliver the news, but you don't form an opinion. When you see all these shows on Fox News and CNN News and MSNBC News, they're forming an opinion. Therefore, they should be considered as a show, and they should remind the public that it is a show. And those are the opinions of the guests and not necessarily the network, but they don't do that. All of them, in my opinion, is in violation of the FCC. It's not designed for that. The press, that's why homeboy disrespects the press, but he don't even know the rules and regulations because he tries to get off shows like Conan and all these late night shows. They are shows. You can't force the FCC to put them off, but you do have a clear cut violation of the Constitution when it comes to these TV shows. I'm just saying. So we're going to move right along. Georgia, on my mind. Georgia. I love Georgia. I freaking love Georgia. I don't know how many times I thought about moving to outside of Atlanta. The traffic there is horrendous. But it's because I just love the vibes there. I love the people there. I love how they move, how they work together, how the entrepreneur spirit is there, how they support one another, you know. And I always wish that those things happen here in Miami. I mean, in Georgia, they play their own music on the radio station before they play anybody else's music. They don't do that here in Miami. I'm sorry. They play everybody's music but the local guy. The local guy has to get his music played at the local club, unfortunately. That's how far off we are. It's so difficult. We don't support each other the way they support each other. in South Florida. You know, most people come here, oh, son, we're groupie town. That's why we give it away. We're freaking groupie town. We're so easy to give away. So in Georgia, Kemp decided that he wanted to erase and gerrymander the map and erase some black vote. And some powerful people came out. Check this out.
Redo the lines across the state to minimize the impact of black voices and black leadership. And so I'm glad to be able to stand with the nation's oldest civil rights organization, the NAACP, to register our discontent.
What do you think is the biggest hurdle to get more people to vote? Earlier today in the press conference, someone had mentioned that there are 100 million voters who just didn't vote. How do you get people to turn out to vote?
100 million is across the country, but I think that it's apathy. People are not clear on what is taking place. They don't realize that voting impacts what will be the funding for public schools. Voting impacts whether their mother will have to make a choice between prescription medication and groceries. Voting will speak to the largest demographic of those who are homeless, are those who are veterans, and those who have foreclosed on student loans. And so voting is integral to everything that we do on a daily basis.
And he said a mouthful. He said an absolute mouthful when it comes to voting. He said an absolute mouthful. I just love the fact that Georgia stand tall. Guys go to the Capitol. Obviously, the Capitol is in Atlanta. They go to the Capitol, go to the governor's house, and they say, "You will not disenfranchise African Americans in this election. You will not do that." Why we can't do that? Why we can't do that? Why we can't do that here in South Florida? Why? Let's keep it a book. Here I'm running in a freaking district that Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who by the way has a 6 on her report card, who did not even vote for a test for reparations. That should disqualify you right then. But let me just keep on going. Why we don't stand tall like that? Explain that to me. Explain. So I get up in the morning and I see us fighting the Republicans for gerrymandering a map to taking away black representation, but I don't see the Democratic Party and I don't see us having that same smoke for a white woman that's a Democrat. Tell me, can y'all, please talk to me. Talk to me. Help me understand this. We have a white woman in a predominantly black district that I'm running in, Congressional District 20, Broward County, 54% African Americans, 54% African Americans, 20% white, 15% Hispanic. Everybody got fucking paid off. Everybody got paid off. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I ain't even going to play with y'all right now. And everybody still get paid off. Media, pastors, community leaders, anybody and everybody. So, oh, Luke, you said media now. Yeah, media. They ain't reporting on shit that they need to be reporting on. Because I know I'm better than that. But y'all wait for me to say it on here. You're waiting for me to say that the lady took $11,000 of the people's money, open up an office. You can't look that up, media, but I can find that information, which I just dropped on my doorstep. Really? You don't go after this lady? Let me tell you, I'm gonna give y'all a news flash. I had a conversation with the governor. Young fellow who was running for governor. I had a conversation on the plane. We got on the plane, got off the plane. Graham, it was him, Graham, David Jolly. Said, David Jolly, why the fuck you ain't say nothing about Debbie? This me. You talking about fighter and don't give a damn? See, the difference between me and everybody in the election, I'm not looking for a job. I'm self-made. I'm not looking for a job. When you look for a job, you got to zip your lips because then they'll cut your money off. I say, David Jolly, why you ain't say nothing about Debbie? He said, well, Luke, man, you're going to be considered as the leader of this party because you will be the governor. Nikki Free ain't gonna say shit. We already know how she played. We already know that. He said, man, let me just say this here, man. I wanted to say something, but I don't know how to say it, without getting involved. But you can, if you listen, man, if you say you had a conversation with me and they come ask me, did I have a conversation with you? I'm gonna let them know how I feel. Really? I said, I like that, David. I said, I like that. Because I'll take that you won't run away from it. So after this broadcast, I want to see how many reporters who are post up listening to this broadcast right now are going to go ask David Jolly. David, Luke said you had a fucking problem with Debbie Wasserman-Schultz running in Congressional District 20. There it is. Cat out the bag. Y'all go ask him. See how they work. Let's see if Dave is going to be real about it. Let's see if Dave's going to be real about it. Because, again, going back to Georgia versus Florida, I said the other day, a guy called me up and said, Luke, was it true that Debbie and some pastors went in the back room of church and had a meeting with the black judge? Yeah, that's the truth. And she went into the bathroom. How you imagine the lady going in the bathroom? And you said the lady allegedly went in the bathroom and got naked and took and left the church and then went to the park. I'm like, okay, all right, let's put it this way. If you go into a meeting with a dress on, you leave out of that meeting, go into the bathroom and put on some blue jeans. Wouldn't you be getting naked? Unless you had the dress on over and the blue jeans right here, and you just like that. It's naked. She got naked. That's what happened. You could have did that shit at the 7-Eleven. You could have did that shit at the what you got your $11,000 office. You could have did that at the Shell gas station. Hey, give me the gas key. I need to go change my clothes. I can't change no clothes in the church. But going back to this, why we don't act like Georgia? I'm just amazed. Number one, I'm amazed. I'm amazed about everything. I mean, I could be on here all day. I have to go out there and see the kids at Palmetto Chief Park. If you're going out there, hey man, I'm just so amazed, right? That these guys, they ran around and they pushed through the media. Oh, these 4 black candidates got to consolidate. They got to consolidate. They got to be one versus this woman because she's going to get all the white vote and all the Hispanic vote. Well, last time I checked, Hispanics don't like her. That's number one. So at that time, I was kind of trusting some people of giving me some information because I was in the process of hiring my field team person. Follow me. So I hired my field team person. Got a great guy. Number one forensic guy. He breaks down the damn map like a surgeon, right? That's the most important person in the campaign because all them other people who came in my campaign, they were sending ops in my campaign. Luther, we'll do this for you. We'll help you out. Oh, from all over all these places and all this. And I got rid of all the people out of my campaign because they were trying to derail my shit. Half of them was working for them. Because I go back to why y'all so hell-bent on pushing Luther Campbell out of this race. Go run against Lawrence Franco. Go run in 22. Run for governor, Luke. That's what Osgood say. Why don't you run for governor? I'm like, bitch, please. I mean, woman, please. Child, please. I can't say that. Ozzy, I love Ozzy. She went through some things. I love Ozzy. That's my friend. I love her to death. Sorry if I, it's hot out here. I'm in the garage. I want to feel the heat. All these people were lying to me. The media was lying. The friends who I went into that room with was lying. The people had no idea, because you know me. I'm the business man in the crew. Eventually I'm going to do my due diligence. And I'll be able to come out right now. They made it believe that all these black people need to consolidate in order to beat Debbie. What you talking about, Willis? That's not the truth. Why is that the truth? So when my forensic field guy, I know they're going to be looking around right now because, I had ops in my campaign and they probably sitting there, oh, yeah, this is a forensic guy. But I already got the information right now. Let's pay him off. Let's get him out of there. Let's taint him. The guy broke it down. He said, Lou, I don't know where these white voters at. I say 20%. She said, she's not going to get all the voters, but she did 20%, Luke. He was like, I don't see no, he typing his ass off. I don't see 20%. Look, I see 20%. But these people don't vote. Oh, shit. The man told me the number of people that actually vote. Oh, shit. I'm like, hold on. So I'm like, what? The man told me the people, he's like, look, yeah, it is 20% white people, but they don't vote. So all those guys running around making this whole thing up about consolidating and the white vote is going to deter. No, I'm gonna leave that alone. Listen, I'm gonna save that. Stay with that right there, because I'm not gonna hold my whole show on all these phony ass people around trying to make it seem like, no, we're going to fucking win. We're gonna go door to door. We're gonna get on the phone. We're gonna call these people up and say, look, you need to everything about politics is a lie. Everything about it is a lie. All of it is a lie. It's a lie. It was like, yo, Luke, you going to this campaign. You really wanted me to go to that meeting? You really wanted me to? I don't think they wanted me to go there. And that was all said. All they talked about it that was the war on Israel. Never said nothing about the Haitians. Never said nothing about JD or them Jamaica. Nothing about TBS. So you wanted me to go there, and I know everybody was going to bait Luke. Because we got to get Luke out of this race. We got to get him to say something stupid, and then, all right, we'll have his head, and then we could call him whatever we want to tag him as. Nope, you got to wake up pretty early in the morning. Speaking of waking up pretty early in the morning, speaking of Haiti, man, do you see in the World Cup how they cheated Haiti? It was bad. Look at this.
Scotland away. Just Providence and Hickey coming together. Providence, he wants the foul. You just see he's holding the shirt there of Hickey. And catches him in the face as well.
Providence. It was Gunn who catch that, but there was... Bellegarde wants to get his shot away. Blocked on the... Well, Haiti quickly come back for more. It's Providence.
Done a very, very good job. Still a little bit. It's time to go yet.
Throw. Oh, Kenny McLean came in high there. It's going to be a yellow card as he caught Tessabet, inviting Haiti on here.
Oh, it's a really poor challenge as well. It's high from McLean. It's right on the neck. It's really, really.
I mean, look, I'm not a soccer expert, but come on. You take the man down, a full-fledged takedown. You think if they would have took down Messi like that, or Ronaldo like that, or one of those high-paid players, they would have just drugged them down like that? They robbed Haiti. Haiti has probably had about maybe 100,000 protests, signing of whatever the hell they signed. I mean, that's hard. Why would I just don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, it's cheating everywhere. In soccer, they pointed out the other day one official who got banned from his own league, and he's refereeing for cheating and betting on the games, and he's officiating in the World Cup. Like, who in the hell is actually talking to these people? Who's dealing with these people? But again, shouts out to Haiti. They're in Atlanta. Hopefully they win. America, we got to win this fucking thing, America. But speaking of cheating, why does everybody have so much beef for Angel Reese? Angel Reese is getting attacked off the floor, on the floor. You got the football players, the rappers. One guy say, "Oh, Angel Reese, you got 80 bodies and you ain't but 23." She's getting attacked all over the place. I like Angel Reese. I really, really like Angel Reese. It's hard for me to look at WNBA. I used to look at it, but it's hard to look at it because them girls are so beautiful on there. We're having trouble with Facebook. They didn't cut me off of Facebook. Yeah, those girls are beautiful. But they're too young. It's like, why are you looking at these girls like that? But I look at it for the art of the game. And my friends look at it for certain reasons. Ken Griffey Jr., what do you got to do with it? But yeah, she is getting attacked from every which way. Look at this.
Howard had a foul. Oh my, where they're getting into it. That's Isabel Harrison and Angel Reese.
Look, this is obviously spillover from the first half. But you love an emotional fight. That's a hard foul. That's hard-nosed basketball. That's what happens sometimes when you're both out there banging in the post.
Yeah, you can see them already in close prior to Reese getting that ball. You said it to me, could definitely spill over from how things were established in the first half. You had the tempo dominate the first quarter, Atlanta taking over in the second, and Angel Reese kind of being in the crosshairs of so much action.
I mean, come on. Let's face it. That's not basketball. It's too much personal stuff go on with women basketball. I mean, that's probably arguably the only sport where somebody's girlfriend is playing on another team and they don't want to shaking hands. They're fighting. You fight my girlfriend, I'm gonna fight you, and I'm your teammate. Girls have personal issues with other girls. They need to get that sport under control because they're gonna lose what they have. You got the flopping, you got Caitlin Clark and all her antics. She has no respect for her coach. I mean, Ray Charles could see that. I mean, it's a lot of things going on in women's basketball when they just got paid after all these years. Only class act on a consistent basis that you see is Asia. Why can't the league be like Asia? I think they tried to work the league so fast and show the elegance and the beauty of the women in the sport to attract more people, a versatile audience, because it was really looking a little hard. So only people who really showed up was men and their daughters. And so they told the girls, hey, look, we do a runway catwalk and y'all looking beautiful. And the girls look absolutely beautiful, but they're 22 years old. Then you have girls going to a parade and shit in the middle of a season while they're playing basketball, and then they get cut. I mean, the league is growing so fast, but then it's out of control. Some things they don't need to be publicizing. I don't need to know your girlfriend on the other team. We don't know that in football. I'm pretty sure some of the dudes in football got boyfriends on the other team. We don't need some things we don't need to know about. Leave the fans out of the personal life of these players. And some of the players, you know, in football, you don't get a big contract if you got a bunch of baby mamas. You don't get no. I told Devontae Freeman that. Devontae Freeman, you got a whole bunch of boys smoking stuff in the back of your on your Instagram, and y'all popping bottles, and you got a whole bunch of babies, you got a bunch of goals in your mouth. You will not get the endorsement money that you think you're going to get. So you need to conduct yourself in the proper manner. And so he did. That's why he made tons of money, endorsement money. But unfortunately, everybody got to live out into this space. And these agents don't say nothing. They just let them crash and burn. I mean, you with this guy, with that guy, stage, with, you know, looking, no. But again, to each his own. That's the new generation that we live in. Before, they wouldn't even let you do that. Now you can do whatever you want to do, but and still get the major endorsement deals. But at the end of the day, what is a major endorsement deal? Are you getting 6 figures? Speaking of major endorsement, I'm gonna say this. And let me just say this. I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna call my brother up, because I'm not gonna elaborate with this. I'm gonna get on the phone, call Jay-Z up. And I want to have a conversation with him. I want to talk to him about this Target thing. Because one thing about me, I don't do on this show, I don't tear people down. I love Jay-Z like a brother. I love him like a brother. I don't tear people down. I try and get to understand what's the situation. Matter of fact, I'm gonna invite him on the show, and we'll have that conversation. Hopefully he'll come on the show, because we need to have that conversation about this Target thing. This Target thing is not a good look. Target is not a good look under no circumstances. No, it's not. It's not a good look. It's not good. Because here we are, some of us boycotting Target because the whole DEI. You go cut a deal with Target. I don't know what the deal is, because people have a tendency of jumping out there and say, "Oh man, Jay-Z turning, he going across the picket line and all this, he's selling out to go to Target and all that." Maybe it's something in the fine print with Target rolling back on what they did to even get to this point, and they're going to do some things for the African-American community to make up what they did. And I'm pretty sure Jay-Z went and cut that deal, and I need to know what that deal is, because they're not publicizing that part of the deal. They're not publicizing that part of the deal. And so at the end of the day, people, I've got to have a conversation with my brother Jay-Z, because this whole Target thing is bothering me. I woke up this morning, and I don't like to see my friends being attacked and being called sellouts. I don't like to see that under no circumstance. I don't want to see him called that, because, again, if we can't dispute the rich history of this country and the African-American community, before it was people like Al Sharpton. Oh, I'm Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. When I'm here to cut the deal with the people that we got, that we're boycotting, and we're gonna do this and all that. And so again, they're gone. Ain't nobody listen to Al Sharpton. under no circumstance. He's still on the show. He's still on MSNBC. He should have been protesting when they got rid of Joy Reid. Well, we already know he called the FBI on people, brothers. So he's over there. He's one of them. What the man name on Jangles? Cyrus? Cyrus is over there. Okay. I can't have my brother being depicted. I have to have a conversation with him. I have to have a conversation with him, and I prefer it to be live because I want you all to hear it. I'm going to find him on the phone. I'm gonna let them finish their enjoying their New York Knicks win and all that. And I know they all lathered up like my boy Worldwide West. Shouts out to Worldwide West. And he brought a championship to New York. And y'all had a parade today. But I got to have a conversation with my brother because this it's not sitting well with me, man. It's not, none of this shit is sitting well with me. None of it when it comes to African Americans in these times right here. None of it. We got the Black Caucus not putting down on this white woman, this white Democrat woman. We got the white Democrats not putting down on her. Only person just said something to me privately and say, okay, you can say it. David Jolly, and hopefully he put down on everybody. Wait till the lady, Nikki Free, wait till the lady qualified, then say something. Please, please, please. Come on. You got all these boys running in Congressional District 24. All of a sudden, they got all this money. Where's the money coming from? Follow the money. They got all this. They got $1 million in campaign funds to do what? Finish selling the goddamn district off. I want to ask these people. I want to ask you politicians and you pastors something. When you let them finish gentrifying these neighborhoods, who's going to be coming to your church? Who's going to be voting for you? Are they giving you enough money to live off of for the rest of your life? Because that's what you're going to need. Look around you. Look around you. But there are certain people who will sell their soul. There are certain people who will sell the soul of African Americans and don't give a damn. That's why I love them people in Georgia. But this Black Caucus, man, y'all are hardcore, man. Y'all make me feel you got it's like we're so easy to be paid off. We're so easy to be paid off to sell our soul to go against people who are pressing us. It makes it very, very difficult. How in the hell can we sit up here as African Americans and say that we're going to boycott Target when we can't boycott Debbie? How are we going to say we're going to boycott the SEC, Tennessee, Louisiana, Alabama? But yet and still, we're still going to conventions and having events in these same states, generate revenue that have deprived us out of voting rights. This is hardcore shit, man. How you gonna go hard at the Republicans, but turn the other cheek when there's a white woman trying to erase a black seat? It's amazing. It's amazing. What are we doing? What are we really doing? Yeah, 400 years, and we still fighting, and we're losing. They just rolled back a bill that was fought for in 1965. Voting Rights Act. They just rolled back that. Do you know we have to go every year, like ever so often, to get our rights to vote to restore? But we sitting up here playing with these people. Look, I'm on here. I be talking shit on here. I be speaking my piece on here. I know what's right, know what's wrong. I'm not taking no special interest group money. I'm not buying no election. I'm going to be able to say I tried. I'll be okay with that. I'm getting ready to leave here. I'm going to go out to the park, shake hands, kiss some babies, and talk to some people. I love it. But that's where I'm at. That's why I'm comfortable at. I'm going to run my campaign how the hell I want to run it. I'm not going to run it because some people in Washington tell me I need to be this way, be that way. No, I'm going to be Uncle Luke, because that is the first sign of you being something that you're not, and then them controlling you. So I got rid of anybody that's connected with anybody in Washington out of my campaign. No, I'm going to be me. At the same time, I give people the benefit of the doubt. We're going to put up a good fight. We're going to tell the people about well, here we are, and this is where we at. We're going to let the people decide at the end of the day. We're going to put up a good fight, get on the phone, let them say what they got to say. I think, hey, I know we could win this. I know they don't want me to win, because I'm not coming in there as a Democrat. I'm not coming in there as a Republican. I'm not coming in there as an independent. I'm coming in as the people's person, with no alliance to nobody but the people. That scares them. That scares them. Because I'm not controlled. I speak my mind. They know I'm a fighter. I will fight their ass to the end. No matter how long it takes, I will fight them for the people of this community and people of the United States of America. So I know. I'm the one they don't want. So at the end of the day, we're going to ask y'all to continue supporting this campaign, whether you send a campaign contribution or not. If you can get on the phone and make some phone calls to talk about, you could be in Alaska. And we'll give you some names to call up and robocall for us. Tell them how important this election is. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I love it. This is my show. I got to get off here because I got to go get on the road. You see, I'm dressed up. I got my shorts on. I got my sneakers on. Let me go on out here into the streets and talk to some people about my campaign and how we're going to make Congressional District 20 beautiful, how we're going to save it, how we're going to stop the gentrification and stop them, the oppressor from coming in. And we're just going to, tell them what our platform is all about, because I can tell you one thing, ain't nobody platform like mine that they're trying to catch up, because mine's all about the people. It's really simple. Platforms are really simple. What are the issues? Let's deal with the issues. Do you know politics? Yeah. All the politicians are liars. Are you a politician? No, because I'm not a liar. You there to get some things done? Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm a community servant. So I was looking at Obama talk the other day, and he talked about when he came to Chicago in his old little car, and he worked at the law firm, and he taught at the school. And what did he do? He was a community servant. That's why for the life of me, people thinking about voting for a person that Obama actually fired. Oh my God. Let me just get off here, ladies and gentlemen. That's my show. I got to go. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back Friday. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do another show. I love it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Shouts out to Pete. I know we had some technical difficulties on Facebook, but we'll replay the show on Facebook so y'all can see it. I love y'all. I love the passion. I love the energy that y'all show me on this show in the streets. Y'all talk to me about it. Go up in the DM, and holler at me. And again, I want to thank you guys for supporting the show. It's a beautiful thing when you get on here and have a good conversation, give different perspective of certain things that are happening inside the community and happening around the world. But I love you all. I love you all. Make sure you go support my campaign, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. Remember, this show is brought to you by www.lukerecords.com. Go over there and buy your paraphernalia. You want to get a shirt like this, you go my campaign account, and you want to get some Luke gear, go over there to my go over there to the record company webpage. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Shouts out to everybody on X, on Instagram, y'all over there. I love you all. On Twitch, make sure y'all check me out. Every now and then I'm over there on TikTok. Doing it live. I like talking to my good people on TikTok. Shouts out to my girl Glow. She's always up in here. Peace. I love you. See you at the park. I'm going to the park. I got a heavy weekend, boy. Juneteenth weekend. Juneteenth. That's a whole nother show. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But in the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours. Peace.
The next great congressman from the state of Florida, and his name will be Luther Campbell. I'm civil rights attorney Ben Crump, often referred to as Black America's Attorney General. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, went to high school at South Plantation High School. My dad still lives in Parkway. We want to make sure we have a strong advocate from our community who understands our culture to go fight for us in the United States Congress. So make sure you go vote for Uncle Luke Campbell for Congress on August 18th.